Hi friends, I'm going to do a little different video today. I hope that's okay. I was approached by a website called BetterHelp, which we'll get back to in a second, to do a video about mental health, which is something that I've talked about on my channel before. I'm going to try to not let this get too sad. I talked about my troubles with sleeping, which goes way back. I talked about my struggles with depression, and I've talked about how being on camera wasn't and still isn't sometimes always that easy. At the time, I didn't label it anxiety, although I probably should have. Anxiety is something that I always knew that I felt, but I never quite realized the extent that it had an effect on me. Obviously, I've experienced stress and worry and fear and all that before, but I guess I just always felt like it wasn't that bad. Like I guess I felt like people who had like an anxiety disorder must have it worse, and I wasn't like diagnosed or anything, but I guess I just didn't understand the full extent. But recently I started thinking about some of the times that I've struggled in my past and looking at them differently, and so I wanted to talk about a few of them. I read an article recently talking about gay men and loneliness, and I feel like a lot of what it said could apply to just queer people in general. At one point, a psychologist is quoted saying that like the time between when you are coming to terms with your sexuality and when you start telling other people and coming out can do a lot of damage. I definitely feel that, and I talked about that in a previous video where I talked about how I gave up dancing because I thought that it was a gay thing to do. Sorry, I have the lens cap in my hand, I don't know why. The idea is that as I realized I was different, I started paying attention more to my behaviors, the way I talked, the way I walked, and I was constantly adjusting and fine-tuning to try and make my behavior a little more socially acceptable. Dancing was gay and sports was straight. Piercings were gay, cargo shorts were straight. It's so dumb. On top of this was the actual work of discovering my sexuality, which had to be done in private. It was something to be ashamed of. Here I am, barely a teenager, and I'm faced with this identity crisis that I can't tell anyone about. Before middle school, I was a happy, outgoing, charming boy, and then puberty hit, and all of a sudden I was scared and self-conscious, and I retreated from the world. Of course, puberty also came with acne and other self-esteem issues, so in high school I experienced a lot of anxiety about being on camera for video production. This manifested itself with sweaty underarms and restless hands and legs, but more than that, I felt like I just wasn't myself. Only I had been told that being myself wasn't okay, so what was I supposed to do? New situations, particularly social ones, always give me anxiety. In college, it took me years before I would participate in the discussion sections because I was just afraid of speaking up and saying something and being wrong or looking like an idiot, I guess. I forced myself to take an acting class to try and improve things, which actually did sort of help, except that before class every day I would go into the bathroom and throw up. In my senior year, I took cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia specifically, except it actually sort of helped everything across the board. And I think that's probably because your health is all just like tied together, right? It's not just one thing. It's not just about your diet or your exercise or getting good sleep. It's about everything working together. And if one thing's out of whack, then it's all out of whack. But after CBT, I got a taste of what the world felt like to not be like weighed down all the time. And that was really great. I could go to parties and I could strike up conversations with strangers without a problem. I was participating more in discussions and extracurricular activities. I was sleeping better and I was happier. And I'm not saying that in my senior year of college, my mental health problems just went away. I just got better about recognizing the negative cognitions, I guess, if you're talking CBT talk, that were like ruling my thought processes and affecting my mood, and I just got a better handle on that. And I've been trying to take additional steps to help myself, including therapy, but therapy seems to still have a stigma attached to it, plus a lot of insurance companies don't cover mental health issues because it's not taken seriously in the United States, I guess. Thankfully, technology has allowed for alternatives, and this is where we come back to BetterHelp. It's a website that pairs you up with a certified professional counselor after you take a questionnaire, and then you can speak to them via message if real time is too much for you, or you can like chat live, or you can set video chats with people. So you log on when it's convenient for you, or if something big happened in your life and you need to vent about it. You do have to be 18 to sign up, unfortunately, but it generally costs between $35 and $85 a week, which I thought was not bad compared to like therapists that I saw through my insurance plan. If you are interested in checking it out, you can go to the link in the description box and that will take you straight to the website. Regardless of what you decide to do, I'm a big fan of people being proactive about their mental health. I feel like it affects a lot more people than would admit it, and a lot of people could benefit from therapy, especially the LGBT community and other minority groups. And I wanted to share some of my personal experiences in case you can see some of that reflected in your own experience. And maybe it'll help, I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. If you do want to share your own story, leave a comment and I will be reading all of them. And I'll see you guys in a couple days with a new vlog. Bye!